Hello, my name is Morgan Atchison, and I'm applying for the BSN to DNP program at Jacksonville State University. This is the video interview aspect of the application, so we'll just go ahead and get started. Tell you a little bit about my personal life, my personal history. I'm 31 years old. I've been married for 7 years to my lovely wife, Ashley, and we have one beautiful baby girl, and her name's Meredith, and she is 8 months old. Tell you a little bit about my education background. I graduated from high school in 2004. I graduated from Maplesville High School. Later went on to Wallace Community College in Selma, where I graduated in 2009 with my ADN. And then I went on to Jacksonville State University to the STEP program and graduated from it with my BSN in 2014. I'm ready to take my nursing or my career to the next level, so I'm applying for the DNP program with y'all. I'm very excited about the program. I know this is the first year y'all have offered it. I don't know if y'all are nervous, but I am, and I just hope to be. I would love to be one of the first classes to go through it. I've been waiting, trying to decide where I wanted to go to school to get my master's or my doctorate in nursing, and I was kind of fumbling around with UAB, and then I hear on the radio that you're offering a DNP program. I was like, that's awesome. That's definitely what I want to do, is go to Jacksonville State University, because I had such a pleasant experience when I went for my BSN. So I'm excited. So there's my professional background, my educational background, and there's my personal background. I'll just tell you a little bit about my professional background now. I've been a nurse for 7.5 years. Started off in a nursing home, and at the nursing home I was a med pass nurse as well as a RN supervisor. So that's one leadership role I've had, was an RN supervisor. Mainly a weekend supervisor, which became extremely hectic. In fact, a lot more hectic than I liked. Was over on the weekends when I was the supervisor there. It was a 91 bed unit. So 91 beds, and I was also over CNAs, LPNs, a minimum of 4 LPNs at one time. Everything from housekeeping personnel to kitchen personnel to laundry personnel. It was a nightmare. So that's one of my management experience that I'll tell you about. Now I currently work in dialysis. I've been in dialysis for about 6.5 years. Only done the nursing home thing for about a year. I've been in dialysis for about 6.5 years. I just fell in love with it and have never wanted to leave it. I've done a little bit of all dialysis. I've done acute dialysis, which is a dialysis in the hospitals. I've done peritoneal dialysis. I've done CRRT, which is continual renal replacement therapy, and I've also done outpatient dialysis. So this is what I'm currently doing now, is outpatient dialysis. I'm a nurse at Cahaba Valley Dialysis in Pelham at the current. I love dialysis. I love it. Not saying I would never leave it, but I love the aspect of dialysis. I love what it does. I love seeing the same patients on a day-to-day basis, and knowing that I'm making a difference in their health and in their care. And you can tell the difference while they're on the machine. They come in overloaded, and you hook them up to the machine, and you see right then and there your care being used in a way for a positive patient outcome, and it's just awesome. It's an awesome experience, and I've enjoyed, I'm not going to say all of it, but just about all my time in dialysis. I wanted to go over what I feel that an advanced practice nurse is above all, they're a nurse. My views on an advanced practice nurse is they are a nurse, and so nurses are what? Nurses are patient advocates. That's basically what they are. Now, I will say an advanced practice nurse has more responsibility, and that's to be taken into consideration. But my views on an advanced practice nurse is just that. I think they're a patient advocate. Regardless if you are cleaning bedpans and you're a nurse, or you're cannulating a person and drawing their blood as a nurse, or if you're prescribing medications as a nurse, you're still a nurse, and above all, you're a patient advocate. And so I believe that's as long as you keep that aspect in it, as you're the patient advocate, when you become an advanced practice nurse, I think you'll be just fine. That's kind of my beliefs on what an advanced practice nurse his role is. regardless of what you're doing, and regardless if you're prescribing medication or looking into a treatment plan for a patient. You'll always be a patient advocate. You're always that patient's last line of defense, and I think you should keep that aspect even when you move up as an advanced practice nurse. Excuse me. I have a couple theories about my philosophy of nursing. One theory that I've always lived by, which was in my paper that I wrote of my philosophy, is I had a nursing instructor. Her name was Cindy Yeager, and she was my OB instructor when I was in school at Wallace. And she told me, she said, Morgan Atchison, your patients will never care how much you know until they know how much you care. Now, I know that's not necessarily a scientific philosophy, but it has proven to be most useful in my nursing practice, and that is the absolute truth. Is your patients do not care how much you know until they know how much you care. As a patient standpoint, I can see how that would help. I've been in the patient's shoes before, and it's scary. And you want to make sure your nurse cares just as much about your health as you do. And another thing that I kind of live my life by is treat others as a way as you would want to be treated. I always tell my PCTs, I'm currently now a team leader in dialysis. I run a section. It's 12 patients. It's 12 chairs, and I generally have about 3 technicians under me. And I tell them, I say, you need to think about these patients as if they were your own mama or daddy. You need to treat these people as if they're your own family. If it was my mom or dad, I would make very much sure that the machine was right before I sat them down in the chair and hooked them up to that machine. I feel like that you should treat every patient as if it was somebody that was very close and near and dear to your heart. And if you do that, you're less likely to make mistakes. In fact, you're almost not likely to make mistakes. I know all humans make mistakes, but if you treated everybody with the care you would treat your child, your mom, your dad, your grandmother with, then it'd be a lot harder to make a mistake because you'd always be on your P's and Q's. So that's the 2 things I want to look at. I like the idea of your patients not caring how much you know until they know how much you care, and always treat others the way you'd want to be treated. Always maintain morality, and part of that is that I can't really tell you about how much I believe in doing the right thing until I let you know that I am a Christian, and I do live from my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and a lot of my morals and a lot of my ethics that I base my nursing practice on comes from that. I know that we're not here to talk politics or religion, but that influences my everyday decisions as a nurse. So just wanted to say that there, and that way you kind of get an aspect of where I come from. As in leadership and management experiences, other than being the supervisor at a nursing home and being a team leader now, that's about all the experience I have. They have pushed me to move up in a management position, especially since I got my BSN from Jacksonville State, but I have not done that, and so I've been kind of teeter-tottering as a staff nurse. I love taking care of people, and that's what I do. As professional goals, I just want to grow as a nurse. I want to be all I can be. Right now, I don't feel like I'm living up to my full potential as a registered nurse, so I want to do this so I can become more of a professional. I just want to do all I can do in my practice, in my experience, in my profession. I want to do the most good for the most people. That's what I want to do, and I want to become an advanced practice nurse because I know this sounds corny, y'all have heard this a lot, but I genuinely do care about people, and I love to see people get better and feel better, and I love for people to look at me and say, you know what, you're passionate about what you do, and it shows. I would love the opportunity to go to your program and to become an advanced practice nurse. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for taking the time to look at this interview. May God bless you, and I look forward to hearing from you soon. Thank you.